The allegations in the Epstein files may amount to, quote, crimes against humanity, according to an independent panel appointed by the United Nations Human Rights Council. Reuters is now reporting that the millions of files released by the Justice Department show and suggest the existence of a, quote, global criminal enterprise that carried out acts meeting the legal threshold of crimes against humanity.
Greetings, my BPPN family. This is Bold Perspectives Network. I'm Mr. Red. Given all that we've learned recently, it is hard for us to believe that one J.E., i.e. Jeffrey Epstein, took himself out in a federal jail cell. It just is convenient now that this dude who was a huge trafficker, who was obviously a double agent for our ally country of It's Not Real, and this man with all of this information that could leak all of these secrets, especially his ties to It's Not Real, and he just took himself out. And then there was a blip in the footage. Anything could happen. Even right now, they have Ghislaine Maxwell in a minimum security prison, and the woman that they put up in front of everybody don't even look like the woman. We are being played in every which way. And yet you still have Trumpers who still believe that Trump and this administration is on the up and up. Today, we're going to look at a Epstein death expose that was brought out on the beat by Ari Melber. All right, I like Ari, and I love his expositions. We're going to go through this and hear some of the stuff, just so that we can see if there's some type of clarity we can have on this timeline. We have much to discuss. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
Jail investigates a suspicious inmate death. They look at one, if the inmate took his life, or two, the possibility that somebody killed him. If an inmate's alone until they're found hanging, that means suicide. No one else was there to do it. The jail records video, though, in the area facing Epstein's cell, in the cell area, they had two jail cameras, both failed to record, so there was only one working camera near the cell. That drew headlines at the time. Government defenders, though, cited the remaining camera footage to conclude that they would say no one got near the cell anyway that night. A top Trump FBI official who rose by questioning the Epstein story even echoed that view on Trump's behalf last year.
You're going to see there's no one there but him. There is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
I mean, how many of y'all actually believe Don Bongino? I don't believe this man. He literally put himself between the booty cheeks of one McStinky Pants, and he wants us to believe that everything was on the up and up. I stopped believing that everything was on the up and up when he got himself out. And I believe that he's scared enough of the stuff that he saw and the things that he knows about, and he didn't want to be complicit in this, so he got out and decided to start doing talk radio again. Even allowing the man that he knows probably has some culpability on his show. I don't believe these people.
We've been tracking all of the errors in the Trump DOJ's original handling of the case. And then the following administration probed those failures, but ultimately issued the same finding of suicide in a watchdog report from the Garland DOJ in 2023. That 100-page report reviewed the available video cameras footage to conclude the last time anyone came near Epstein's cell was a corrections officer at 10:41 p.m. That's the government conclusion from a detailed probe and report across two administrations. That's where the U.S. government would have its stay. But this new law famously forced out the secret internal documents from the same probe, showing other views within the FBI about the last person near Epstein's cell, hidden from the public until now. DOJ said the officer was the last time anyone entered the area. But the Epstein files have revealed a secret FBI log of the same video, which spotted a flash of orange going up the stairs. Inmates wear orange, not officers. The FBI stating a, quote, flash of orange looks to be going up the stairs. Could possibly be an inmate escorted up to Epstein's tier. Now, the FBI's own video review detected that prison orange uniform of a possible inmate. That's big. This review had the evidence, orange that could be an inmate. But we are now learning it was cut, hidden, or accidentally left out of the DOJ report. The new files reveal this never-before-seen set of details about Epstein's area on the night of his death. And we could show you the locked tier around Epstein's cell, 10:39 p.m. that night. A blurry orange figure appears. The original FBI log calls it that flash of orange could possibly be an inmate. Because then the DOJ review of the same footage changes it to write, quote, inmates are currently on lockdown. It's possible someone is carrying inmate linen up the stairs. The rule that inmates are supposed to be on lockdown doesn't resolve whether one wasn't, just like Epstein was supposed to get those 30-minute checks, but didn't.
So originally, when we were told all this stuff, if you all remember correctly, we were told nobody was there. There was a minute of footage that was gone, and the cameras went out for some reason. Nobody was there around him, and somehow, with barely anything, he was already on S-side watch. So how did he have anything around that would allow him to take himself out? All of that stuff seemed fishy at the time, but now that you can see clearly on that video that there was a flash of orange, then now it makes sense that someone went into his cell and took him out. And remember, if you will, that it was Trump's DOJ. Trump's people were there. Given all that we've seen and heard and all the people that are complicit with Jeffrey Epstein, would it not be plausible that they allowed someone to go in there and to take out the threat, one Jeffrey Epstein? It seems more plausible than not, given all that we've learned, that he did not take himself out. Because think about this for a moment. Jeffrey Epstein was already out on a sweetheart deal the first time. He had powerful connections, and maybe he would have thought himself to be able to get out of this again, except if Trump found him to be a threat. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I really want you to think about this. None of this stuff makes sense. It makes more sense when you think about who had motive to take out Jeffrey Epstein.
Prevents questions about that orange flash and if the jail made another mistake. And the public report by the DOJ hides this dispute over the orange flash. It states that an officer appears to walk up the stairway. CBS's Daniel Rudnick first documented this in a report. Who entered Epstein's jail tier the night of his death? Newly released video logs appear to contradict official accounts. And independent experts telling CBS the video is more consistent with someone wearing an orange prison uniform than a corrections officer. The fact is the DOJ's own watchdog report minimized the FBI evidence. That is just a fact. Now, people can debate why. Was that a good faith mistake or a malicious cover-up? Even videos suggesting an inmate on the loose does not resolve questions around Epstein's death, but it would be another rule violation, and it would add to the evidence suggesting you need a deeper investigation of potential foul play.
Listen, I'm going to leave a link to this video down in the description below for you all to look at fully. There's a lot of questions. Obviously, we know that this doesn't smell right. And listen, I mean, if you've watched enough TV, but I feel like now, given everything that we're seeing now, that you can see that I think people are actually warning us and showing us the real life aspect of these movies. Seems like it is potentially possible given where we're at in society. However, haven't we not seen guards being paid off and inmates being paid off to do certain things? Hell, I was watching a show and one of the main characters was in jail and the inmates and the guards, they worked together. Is it far-fetched to believe that a man with the amount of information that can bring down as many people as he had wouldn't be a target if they didn't think that he would be able to get out of this now? He got out of it in 2008. Do you think he'd be able to get out of it again? No. If they didn't believe that, then it would make more sense that they would do something that was nefarious to cover their asses.
It's like the Jeffrey Epstein files. Like, they're out there saying it would really compromise national security if we told you. Yeah, worldwide. If we told you that actually this whole world is being run by pedophiles, our nation wouldn't be secure. You guys would probably be in the streets violently protesting. You'd never send your kids into school. You'd avoid the government like the plague, and you'd stop paying taxes. So we're just going to classify that as a national security risk. That's kind of what that means, obviously. It means that what they are doing is so despicable that if we knew what they were doing, we would not listen to them. That's what that means. That's what that language means. That's why there's been so much protection over Jeffrey Epstein, because that is who rules over us. These people are disgusting.
And I, for one, given the amount of stuff that is coming out, given the amount of stuff that we continue to see, the amount of lies that they tell us, all of the things that have been revealed, if you believe anybody right now on anything that they say without getting more information or putting stuff together for yourself, if you're just going to believe Trump, who's lied over 30,000 times, and that's just in his first administration, then you are a damn fool. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.